have brought out the worst in actual human beings. And so, I believe in work. I'm on a couple of boards, but whenever I ask, people said, "I like your program." I don't have a program. Black people think of everything as a not-for-profit because you want to know why? The largest business in the black community is actually what? It's not hair. It's poverty.
It is. That's the poverty business. He's exactly right. He's exactly right.
Poverty is the most heavily financed business in the
Exactly right.
It's poverty. Can you get a question?
I was going to say, what type of Microsoft, they have different kinds. Does it matter?
All of them. Oracle. Yeah. Give me some more.
Couple of things, real quick, if I can. That complements exactly everything that you're doing. If I can get you just to open up a quick tab and go to a website that will show a map of Africa and your entire infrastructure. The reason why I want to show this to you and everybody that's here, it complements exactly everything that you're doing right now. Believe, trust me. Just go to trading.gateway.com. This is the British owns all the infrastructure. All the countries of the north of Africa still are run by the countries of the north. Okay, Britain, Spain. So it's trading.gateway.coms. Trading.gateway.coms. COMMS.com.
COF?
No, COM. No, it's trading.gateway.coms.com.
Trading. That's it. Did that two in there?
No, two months. Yeah, you're perfect. Go ahead. Trade. Should be trading. Should be trading.
You said trading.
Trading, yeah.
There's a trading.
I'm Mark Shield. Some of you probably know my dad. He started the CAPS program with the Chicago Police Department 30 years ago. It's on back at the cop car. His former district commander was Austin District. Harold Washington.
Is it gateways or way?
Gateway, Y, COMM.
No comment, no dot.
Gateway, COMMS.com. There we go. I'll watch this, it'll blow you guys away. Gateway Comms is owned by Vodacom, and Vodacom is owned by Vodafone, and Vodafone is the British. Okay? These are submarine fiber optic cables surrounding the continent of Africa, which has between 53 to 54 countries.
Say that again. I can hear this. Submarine.
These are submarine. The blue and orange lines are submarine fiber optic cables. Can you throw some of these so we can get a bigger screen? You just right-click anywhere up here to get rid of some of the toolbars. Yeah. Or click up here. No, right here. Nice. Right-click. Yeah, get rid of all these toolbars. Not, you don't have to do the menu. You get rid of Google, this one, this one, this one.
How do I do that?
Yeah. Do it again. Right, and it'll just keep just disabled. Just for geography for the space. Yeah, you can kill that. Yeah, it's gonna ask you why you want to do that, which is fine. Do one more, yeah. Get rid of the gaming. Just for space. That's my pet peeve, my apologies. Yeah, just for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so essentially this is fine. These are submarine fiber optic cables surrounding the continent of Africa. There's between 53 and 55, 52 and 55 countries in the continent of Africa. These are satellite dishes on the ground, one's in Ghana, South Africa. These are the satellite dishes above Africa. All of these are controlled by teleports in Belgium, UK, one's in the US and Germany. Okay, so basically all the countries of the north of Africa control Africa's infrastructure. If I want a 100 megabit internet connection downtown Chicago, okay, I want a DSL connection at home, AT&T for 20 bucks a month. In Africa, it's $300, $300 to $500 a month. If I want a 100 megabit connection co-located at a data center, okay, unmetered, 100 megabit in, 100 megabit out. Okay, downtown Chicago, it's anywhere from $800 to $2,400 a month. Okay, in Africa, $34,000 to $60,000 a month. A gigabit internet connection in downtown Chicago, $8,000, $6,000 to $8,000 a month. Okay, in Africa, $650,000 per month. Africa's poverty is the profit margins of the countries of the north. Period. Period.
So what's your...
Okay, my point being is Here's a guy, a black individual, an African American, who owns his own infrastructure.
Right.
He's not going to let these people get him.
Right.
Okay?
That's the purpose. And people ask me over and over again, the biggest question I have is that, why don't you co-locate? Co-locate is that you can take your equipment, your service, which cannot be such a bad thing always, because I'm doing some co-locating with Siemens in West Virginia and in Islip, New York. But the point there is this, is that, you become a tenant.
Right.
Now, granted, don't get me wrong here. It's like, to give you an idea, it's like building an office building in an actual skyscraper. The people who are building the skyscrapers really don't care who's going to be in it, but the people who are going to be making money is the investment firm or the law firm who's charging $900 per hour. Now, the people who are going to make money using the data centers are the people who are creating and delivering applications for the use of that data.
You talking about where the data centers are now?
And that's my
Well, speak on this, Emmanuel, because a lot of people are you got several levels of people in this room, and it's all good. But for those common folks, speak on the idea of what data centers are current use, so they can use. For instance, I know that data centers are used for banks to secure data. Now, you can elaborate a little bit on that, so the people can understand how we are using it, how it's being transformed for telecommunications. And I think that'll bring people up to speed.
Well, let me try to do this without scaring you. Actually, give you an idea. Your cell phone. Every single thing that you do is stored.
It's stored.
Believe it or not, your voice, when it became digital, it became what?
Data.
It became data. It became encrypted. And so therefore, it is actually stored. So the idea that no one is recording your phone calls is somewhat of a fantasy. So Apple has how many data centers?
That's unknown.
They've got 1 million square foot data center in Oregon just for their iPads and iPhones. Siri, every time you talk into Siri, Siri is a data application. Every bit of that is recorded because you never read a single word of your terms and the conditions of your phone or actually anything else. Everything's recorded. Now, it don't matter if you agree to it or not, because if you don't agree to it, you can't have it. So that's what it is. So, that's one thing. Everything you do on your computer, on your credit card, when you go to the store and use your actual credit card. Remember, years ago in Hyde Park, MCI had a problem. When people had fits, everybody in Hyde Park, because their network was down, had to hand exchange everything, or some stores shut because they couldn't use their cash registers. Not only was the machines for the data of the credit cards was not actually available to them, because Walgreens, who's just finished building another data center up actually north there, is counting their money every single nanosecond. They know exactly what they're getting every single second that they make a transaction. Up to the moment, they can tell you exactly how much money they're actually making. So it encompasses our lives. With HIE, on your medical records, things are also being put into a digital profile that will make it accessible for your well-being in some ways, anywhere in the world something happens to you.
Digital record.
So if you're in Europe and your records need to be transferred, some of your medical files can be huge. Nuclear imaging is a huge piece of data. So those things has to be actually accessible for your own well-being. So it's basically every single thing that's actually out there in this world that you need access to.
Yeah. And not trying to get off the subject, because I think it's part of the subject. Why does it more of African Americans know about Dr. Mark Dean, and how can other brothers like you and sisters get into position? Because I basically don't see many brothers and sisters like you yet we got millions of people. And if you go back to the 1950s or 40s or whatever, when our people didn't have this opportunity, it would be understandable. But now we have all these opportunities, all these big cars, all these new homes, all the bling bling.
Right, that's more.
Why? But I'm asking Emmanuel, and I'm seriously asking you this, sir, because I appreciate what you're saying, but each one of these ladies here wanted you to break down what certification means. That's a communication gap. Our people need to know that. So there needs to be some education on that, because they're not going to move in your direction until they understand that. They're trying to understand that. But what you're doing is great, sir.
Hopefully I can answer part of the question, and that is, what can we do in a sense to get this information out there? I've never considered it my job to actually do that. And part of the process is something that I just wanted to actually do to actually help people. Because quite frankly, the part of the process is our people were actually suffering. So it's no different than getting certified as a nurse or getting certified as anything else. You basically, it's an information technology certification. It's a class that goes from anywhere, depending upon what your education or your experience level is, from a week to 9 months. But I assure you that week to 9 months is more than what you need to actually.
Thank you so much. You answered my question. You broke that down. I mean, that really broke it down. And that's what folks need to know. Compare that to the certification of a nurse, and we need to move in that direction big and fast. But thank you so much.
So one of the things is, for instance, I ask people sometimes about young people. I said, they want people, they said, sign up to be a CNA, certified nursing assistant. Which could be fine, but quite frankly, it's a step above what they are made. Now, the other side to it is, why can't they be a cardiac catheterization technician? It's just another kind of certification. It pays $55,000 per year. Hospitals are actually looking for them all day, every day. Cardiac catheterization technicians.
And why haven't they been focused in those?
Well, I think the key is that it comes from a lack of leadership at home, in the community. What I constantly hear is a bunch of leadership talking about nothing. I mean, people have no idea. Once again, African American businesses in this country account for less than 1% of all business receipts. So people say, oh, we're doing this, we're doing that. Doing what? Count the numbers. That's what really matters. We really have to look at this thing, because the best way and the quickest way to recovery is the truth.
But how many racks can your data storage center hold? You gave the example of waste up. Now I understand that, because I know a little bit about IT. Waste up is about 5 racks, right?
It could be 5 racks. It's actually based upon density also.